Howdy, Possum Patty here, and today I have an outside project to do. Come on along. Today I am going to make some painty papers for my new junk journal, The Planters I Must Be Nuts, for making another junk journal. And I spent some time this morning just cutting up some papers. This is kind of thin. I might be adding some more cardboard to the inside of that, but I'm sure I'll find something for that. So I had all of these papers I saved from buying packs of paper from like the last couple of years, and I keep saying I'm going to do something with them, and I've never done anything with them. So I just folded them in half, and the inside is all white, so I figure I can just paint the inside of all of these, and that gives me a lot of pages because I have a lot of these. Some of them were from bigger packs and I had to cut them down a little bit, like these. I had to trim just a little bit. But still, this side is beautiful, but this side is white. So I'm going to just slap some paint on all of these. Like I said, I have some bunch. Some are bigger than others. So I will get all those ready. And I went through my junk drawer and found, I'm outside, so I got to keep everything in a tub over there so it doesn't blow away. I had a couple pieces of this very thin brown paper. I figured that's good. I got one envelope. I folded in half. And then I had some very large envelopes, big white ones. And so I cut them down to fit in. And you can see it's just junk mail envelopes. So I spent some time cutting them down. So I got a lot of white paper. And this was just some scraps that were also in the junk drawer there. And this is the letter W from the Let's Learn How to Read Braille book. It's got raised dots. So I cut that up to put in there. That can be painted. There were a couple pieces of wallpaper in there, and I cut them down. I thought that would give some interest to the junk journal. There's some more of these other things. And then there were some pages in the coloring book. I had bought some coloring books at a yard sale for 50 cents, and a few of them had a couple pages that were colored in, or started to be colored in. And there's a nice butterfly. Somebody started, it's so funny in this book, somebody would go through and do like one thing on each page and move on to the next page. Like on this page there was like one blue thing colored in up here. I think it was a blueberry. And then that was it on the whole page. So I have all this paper. I have my journal cover. Okay, I have these very inexpensive watercolor paint sets from A.C. Moore years and years ago. I bought these to do nature journaling with some children, and I still have some left. This pack's not even open. I've got a bunch of tubes here that are open, and I'm squeezing some of the paint out onto this just piece of magazine here. And before they dry up, although, you know, when watercolors dry up, you can split open the tube and still use them. But anyway, like this tube is, well, this tube is gouache. So I guess there's some gouache here and some watercolors, but gouache is basically watercolor that's opaque. So it all goes together. And let's see, am I going to be in frame here? I might have to move the camera up a little bit and see how that's going to work. I can move it a little bit. How's that? Okay. So I was sitting here squeezing out some of the paint, and the baby hummingbird is flying all about because I'm very close to the hummingbird feeder, one of them. Actually, I'm sitting between both of them. And he's probably wondering what I'm doing out here. Look at that color. Ooh. Now this is totally not my idea. I was watching Dee over at Betsy Doodles, and she said that she had been sitting outside making painty papers. And you know, we've had a heat wave for almost 2 weeks, and the weather has broken. We got up this morning, it was 57 degrees. Open the windows, let the fresh air in, and this is perfect weather to sit outside and do something. So what I'm going to do is put several layers on each paper. I'm at the picnic table that we never eat at, but I do come out and work here sometimes. And then I have a clothesline strung up all around me. I'll show you that in a little bit. And, ooh, purple. Am I in frame? Let's see, yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. Wow. Usually student paints or inexpensive paints don't have a lot of pigment, but I'd say this was pretty bright. So I want to get a couple layers on each sheet and both sides done on each sheet. So I made this very watery. And once I have the second side done, then I'm going to hang it up on my clothesline. And you will see it gets lighter and darker because the sky is perfectly blue. But we have some big puffy fair weather clouds. So the lighting might be a little crazy. Light and dark, light and dark. A little breezy. It's just a beautiful day to be outside. There's no pink, so I squeezed out some red and white and see if I can make some pink. To go on top of everything. I'm just going to be grabbing paper from my tub over here. I brought out a little tub because of the breeze. This is the back of that stuff. Try a bigger brush. Go for some yellow.
Oh boy, what a day.
Did you bring out Miss TT?
Yep.
You want to come be in the video? You want to come be in the video? I continued with the first layer until I had about 35 sheets done, and a few towels, of course. The papers that were blank on both sides got paint on both sides. So this is just the first background layer. It is a splash and dash. just to get some color on there to get started. Now I'm going to set up to do the second layer. And there's a couple of butterflies. I love working outside. There's been a lot of activity with the spice bush swallowtails. They just went right by me. Now they're behind me. I'm probably going to put a little more thought into the second coat, but not do details until I get to the third coat. So this is like an all-day project, I guess. So this coat, I don't want it as watery as the first one. Or maybe I do want a little bit watery. Ooh, I just got an idea, putting some texture on these. I blotted off too much of the color. I'm going to put some color back on there. I like that green and purple. Oh, Mamma Mia. Of course, I've been doing this for quite a while now. In just a few minutes, something dawned on me. I've been soaking up the extra puddles of water with paper towels. I'm making some lovely paper towels. Ooh, that one's got paint all over it. And I'm thinking, why am I doing that? When I could be soaking up the extra paint with the next piece of paper. Duh. I can't believe I haven't been doing this the whole time. Some of the paper was giving me some good dendrites. You have to kind of do this with it though. Like that. You can see how this side came out. Well, this has taken all afternoon, but it was a lot of fun. This is a quick peek at the second layer. Here's one that has a lot of fun dendrites on it. And you know what? I would do more, but this paper is going to get all covered up with garbage. This is a junk journal. So I think I will not do the detailed third layer because I will save that for when I'm journaling. So I think this is nice and drippy. I think I will just go ahead and finish the cover. This is the wallpaper. And sew these in if I have time tonight. And that'll be that. There's a nice drippy one. Envelope, paper towel, another envelope, kind of pretty up there. So that is it. That is my entire production for today. Of course, from this angle, you're getting the back of the papers. But I didn't do the backs of these because I wanted to have these patterns. So I just did that side like that. Wow, that was fun. I have all my Painty papers. I just took them off the clothesline. Told Mr. Possum I was going out to bring in the laundry. And I'm going to put 5 signatures. And I kind of distribute them a little bit with different kinds and colors. So these are all set to go. I was going to sew them in, but I decided I needed to reinforce the cover. So the cover was just this peanut box. It was kind of thin. It was flopping around. I wasn't real happy with how thin it was. So I added some more junk to the inside. I got gluten-free cookies, Canada Dry Ginger Ale, and Drake's Ring Dings. And I put some washi tape hit the camera. Put some washi tape all around the edge and on the seams. And I want to get to sewing in the signatures, but this is still wet. And every time I move it, it kind of slips the tape around a little bit. So I'm going to let this dry. Isn't that fun? I love it. I must be nuts. I covered up Mr. Peanut there a little bit. Oh well, sacrifices must be made. Oh, he's going to be on the spine anyway. I'll probably add stuff to the cover. Some fun stuff. Some fun stuff on the inside. And lots of fun papers. So I will be sewing those in when this is dry. So I just want to thank you for coming along today. It's been quite the busy afternoon. And I have to let this dry. So maybe tomorrow morning I'll sew these in. We'll see. Okay, well that is it. What a project, but it is done and ready to put together. Thanks for coming along today. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.